gets up and nails it.
Beautifully done by Hooker.
Well done, Hooker. Very well done, Hooker.
The snap can do no wrong. Cale Hooker today.
Strength of Hooker took him down. Well done, young man.
It goes to Hooker. What about that from Cale Hooker?
Long. Hooker!
Oh, Cale Hooker, take a bow.
Rioli very busy, and now Saul away to a one-on-one with Franklin. He tried to get rid of Hooker. Well done.
That takes courage to play in front as a defender, but well done.
Brown to Cox. Cox just slaps it out. Myers was waiting for it though. Intercepts nicely with the punch. Here's a chance for Hocking. Gets the handball going backwards. Hooker, long kick, long kick. Look at that, right through the middle.
Grigg, quick hands. Thomas confronted. Edwards, Miles towards the wing. Well-directed kick too. Well played by Hooker. Closed down the space. Tucked it away from Revolt. Boundary throw in on the wing.
Looked at a few of the big defenders before Tom. Is he probably the leader for the All-Australian fullback?
But not a lot to go to. Just kicks long in the rider direction. The intelligent play. Goddard. Here's Merritt getting his hands on the footy a lot as he always does. Hooker! Oh, what about those pair of hands?
Feeds it back, taken by Grimer. Lays it off, out of defence. McDonald kicks it up towards the wing then. In front, knocked down. Well, not knocked down. He may have taken the mark, Hooker. Knocked it to his own advantage.
Still under pressure. Ross not sure where to go. Risky kick might come back. Here's the man that started it all.
Yeah, spot on, BT, to McKenna. And then McKenna, pretty good kick actually, because he was squeezed up, and that's a beautiful mark. I reckon Hooker and Carlisle know each other pretty well, don't you?
And just protected the space nicely, didn't he?
And Hooker should get the goal, and Essendon back in front.
Long bomb. McDonald tipping Woody's going to fly. Didn't get near it. Snelling taken high. Was he? No. Hooker picks it up. Snap from the corner. Oh, Cale Hooker, take a bow. That was something extraordinary. Cale Hooker has kicked his third goal, I reckon, BT. He's got 3.
As I said, 8 debutants from this year between the two sides out there. May not be for finals. Hooker, can you believe it? The ruckman becomes the goal scorer. It all happened here in round 2 for him. It's happening in round 23 as well.
Yep, you get the advantage of that. You get the advantage of a lot of things. Their gap here near the bottom of the ladder got him Andrew McGrath, the number 1 draft choice.
Bit to like about Essendon right at the moment as Danaher swings around, drives along. Hooker will mark that. He's got beautiful hands. He was too big and too good in the end for Darcy Gardner.
It needed the riders. This kick comes inside the forward 50 from Milne. Stolen away brilliantly by Hooker. The quality of the opposition said everything you needed to hear about that.
Got to arrest the issue here, the Bombers, or they're going to be in trouble. Hewitt's going to come again and give them another entry inside 50, although shallow. Good mark by Hooker.
Gives it plenty. Hooker tried to launch, and that's a terrific grip on the ball. And now Collier. Merritt pops it up for Waterman. 26 goals in 10 matches in the Waffle last year. He was a midfielder as an under-18 player. Sets this up, and there's bomber hands everywhere. Hooker scored another one, and he'll line up for his 3rd.
There's nothing else. You don't sit off. If he goes, you go.
Gives it across to Tui, who penetrating the forward line once again, but Hawkins is caught behind. And an excellent mark taken by Hooker.
Who has been excellent.
He's just had a great chance to kick to a one-on-one with Hooker and didn't. And Mullet, well, he kicks to Hooker anyway. What are you doing, Cale? Kicking a goal? That's what I'm doing, Bruce. It's easy.
Now Fantasia linking up with Collier. They're through the middle. They're on their path. Goddard long. Hooker! It was set perfectly. And in game 150, he's finally got it all together.
Bagley held him up, no free. Chaplin did well, Chaplin to Floston. Throwing the ball forward. Well, it's the most dangerous man on the forward line if it sits. Martin's a great one-on-one player. I'd back him in most cases. Hooker with him. Now it's 1-on-2. Now it's 1-on-3. The odds are against him now.
Rioli gets it back, gives a handball off to Bateman. Now he's got Franklin on the lead. Good spoil, great spoil by Hooker.
Merritt socketed forward. Fantasia The idea was right. Parrish to full forward. Oh, Hooker, beautifully done. Got optimum position and kicks the goal. And it's a goal fest all of a sudden at Etihad Stadium. They've remembered how to kick them.
Yeah, Richardson's got them playing a really suffocating game, and of course he doesn't care what the game looks like. His job as a coach is just to get the win, and fair enough, and that's the classic. Holding the footy there, he didn't realise the pressure from Hooker was so close, Lee Montagna.
Has he got the length here, BT?
Right on it. He has to absolutely nail this, Bruce.
Does he? Does he? Does he? No, yes, he did, because Collingwood didn't get a crack at it.
Bright light last week, I thought, Anthony McDonald tipping Woody. Some of his crumbing was just incredible, the way he hit that.
Oh, dangerous kick in. They were sweating on it, and Hooker hits the spot this time.
Indeed, Bell Chambers, nice mark. Immediately wanting to go long down the line. Up goes Hooker, he too is a good mark.
It's got to be a free kick to Hampson. Advantage is paid. Houlihan's away. About 80 metres out. Kicks down towards the pocket. Well done by Hooker. Showed great courage. That hurt.
As Bell Chambers wins it, Watson takes it out of the middle. Now the Bombers have a chance to reply deep into the forward line. Waiting down is Hooker. A snap by Cale Hooker. There's the reply.
Loops it inside. Sard, McDonald, Tip and Woody. Good dance step. Runs inside. Has a couple of bounces. Spears the pass. Hooker!
Yes, that's what they do. Hooker forward. So much rides on this kick.
For the lead back. In he struts. Struck it well. Phenomenal. Hooker forward. Bombers back in front. 35 seconds left.
Bombers are away, up towards the centre wing. They got the numbers there. Little Collier wants to get those pistons pumping, but goes over the top to Heppel. Farko gets him, but all too late. And the mark is taken just inside the line by Hooker. Plays on, centering ball. Danaher had his name written all over it.
Liberatore, it's almost a throw for me, but he disguised it well. Dalhouse, high footy, Hooker at the back, Jones in front.
I love that he's added that to his game, Cale Hooker. Probably the simplest mark of the night, and he just made a meal of it. Hooker gets it back, takes off. He says, give me a shepherd, I might go all the way. The big man loads up. Cale Hooker all the way to the road to Hooker.
Cale Hooker there, he calls in the shepherd from Collier. He knew, give me a bit of space, I'll do the rest. Yeah.
From Matt Guelphy this afternoon, and he plants his foot into it. Hooker stalks it, got there, and more than got there, he got it.
Almost a little Gaelic style kick, that one to Stuart or Joe.
And there it is again, another hit up mark, 70 metres out.
Hooker, he's got a new opponent, Cleary, at ground level. The big man picks it up, it's online. Did it bounce over the head of Hartnett? He's kicked 5, I reckon, Cale Hooker.
2 goals apiece, Sydney by a point. Parker, long ball. Oh, Hooker using McCartan as the step ladder.
He's fine.
And it comes to McKenna. Zaharakis kicks in. McDonald, Woody flies high, does it beautifully, brings it to the ground to Hooker. A reversal of roles, but beautiful play and an Essendon goal.
To McPherson, out of trouble. Miller's got nothing to go to. He's got Miles, but he's got Hooker. Hooker with the big fist takes it to the boundary.
It's a good score from Hooker.
Chance here now for Port Adelaide through Homch. You can show that for me, Anthony, you love it. And Hooker takes another strong mark. He's been great today, Hooker.
Lands with McDonald, Tip and Woody. Now that was the right kick at the right time to Hooker. Doherty made him earn it. He's trying to draw a 50-metre penalty. There was no one there. And I reckon he's bounced it through. Cale Hooker kicks a miracle goal. And that's the goal you're after, BT.
Is that the quick one?
That's the one. Back
Wow.
to 16 points.
He got through and then he bounced it. Arched his back. Pushed it forward towards Hooker. Hooker with Brown, takes him on and beats him, and then has a bounce, goes inboard to Zarakis.
Cunningham was desperate. Again, the ball goes to space. Errol Gooden couldn't get there. McDonald tipping what he could. Hooker fires at goal. Bombers still in it. There's a pulse.
Bagley in some trouble. Hampel in some trouble. Bangs it outside 50. Brilliant grab. Hooker came down. Relieving mark.
And Bogue, they mounted something. Schultz in the sights. Comes steaming out, but Hooker knew where it was going.
That's number 5 for the quarter. They've got to find a way through, Cale Hooker. His inclusion into the Bomber lineup to Collier. Heppel wanted it short. He's going to drive it long. That's Hooker down there. He had his man covered, and the Bombers kicked the first 2 goals of the game. Cale Hooker's got the second. And listen to the Bomber fans.
Over 100 points, 1945 and 1965. They've beaten them over 100 times as the barrel, but they haven't quite got to that mark tonight. It looked like, they might. Big mark by Hooker.
Hold it. Stewart. Centre square. Long ball. Hooker. 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 And Hooker has a shot from 30. 20 points down at the start of the quarter. And they're now in front.
Revolt continuing to work hard. Play on. Sets it up. Neat looking kick to full forward. Bruce at the back. That is a terrific mark by Hooker in the front.
Bennell. Harbrow. Hooker sets himself. He's a fine defender, and he knows when to go for the mark and when not to.
Ball with Langford. He went backwards to McKernan. Prepared to use their big man Heppel. Clever. Collier now. Speed. 55 from home. Long ball. Hooker. Hooker gets it at the second opportunity and kicks his second goal.
Etihad Stadium. The kick is on the way down towards the attacking 50. Good mark taken by Hooker. Seen a lot of it tonight.
Just starting too far back. Pedler. Hind. Hammers it forward. Out the back. Hooker. Got a little freedom here. No problems. Bombers get their first 23 minutes in.
His 10th disposal. Back to the wing. Tosses it up for Hooker to get a run at. McStay did what he did in front and needed support from behind. He got a low. Walker misses the target. The pressure grows. And Hooker, well, that one goes under water. It doesn't advance. It was paid.
Hamble over the top from Myers to Goddard. He's got a lead from Hooker. He honours it. Cale Hooker. He's got numbers out the back. Heppel wants it. Green wants it. Cale says, I'm the man, I think. He's going to back himself in for his 3rd goal of the quarter. Cale Hooker loads up and nails it. Never in doubt.
Gives a hand pass across to run as the ball. Well, that was bad. It landed at the feet from Kavanagh. Picked up brilliantly by Pettit. Not his intention. Kick goes downwards, full forward, over the top. Well done there by Hooker. Jack pleads his case, nothing doing.
He's been outstanding in the one-on-ones tonight, Hooker. I thought Rewalt was going to be able to push on.
A tired Bell Chambers gets his hand onto it. Next goal wins it. Cooney. Little give. Suddenly to Melksham. Crashing the ball forward. Who's there for the Bombers? Big fly at the back. Now it's in dispute. Collier, a little one to Hooker. Can the defender become a goal kicker? Absolutely he can. This is the stuff of fairy tales.
They've still got time to lose it, but how good is this? You almost find yourself barracking, don't you?
Oh, yeah, no, you do. It was like the Tide, just looked like the Tide. They were holding back the Tide, Essendon, and Hawthorn got that couple of goals in front.
Yep.
Kicks to centre wing. Hampson was the fly. Houlihan, clever. Stevens. Well done, Hooker. Very well done, Hooker. And then got a terrific handball to Dyson.
Just turned the Tide, not their way, but they've just evened it up, basically. Hinson's got to beat a couple. Hooker's doing well in the air tonight. This is a much improved mark, Cale Hooker.
Pinned Rose's right arm, so to try to get the ball out by a kick. It was too late.
It's it early towards Hooker.
Look at the hands ahead of Leslie.
A measured ball down the line. Hooker outmarks Davis. And they're looking dangerous. McKernan's had a big night. Is this his big moment? McKernan's gone long. He's gone straight. The ball game is tied up.
The Bombers have McKenna waiting for it. Gave it to Hurley. Chips it to Hooker. He can get and go. 60 from goal. Danced his way inside. Gets plenty on it. It's sailing. It's going. It's going. It's gone.
What a goal. Cale Hooker playing. He's nominally playing full-back at the moment, but pushed up with the rest of the team to put about a full 18-man press on in a half of the ground.
You see quite thoughtful there in his process. Got the couple of handballs moving, Drummond and then Rockcliffe and Hooker getting better and better. Outstanding judgment through the air. And he kicks it back into half forward.
McGrath, well done, used talent, got it back, and now Gleeson. They controlled that brilliantly. Long ball down towards Hooker, almost. It was really well done by Holmes, pushing off hard. Hartlett, good tackle, Hooker. They got him, holding the ball.
Jack Newnes' pocket.
Decides to kick to the top of the square, didn't have a go at all. Hooker is the flyer. Oh, is he ever? Is he ever? There were arms going everywhere, but big Cale Hooker grabbed it. Can miss from close range sometimes. This one he needs to put through, and the big man does exactly that. And the Bombers are right into this game, 2-3 to 3 goals.
Got a hard, Danaher, McKernan. Well, they're all there for the ruck contest. Full forward, and that's good, splendid. Exactly what Cale Hooker's after. Get his confidence up.
And wastes no time, and Hodge with time to have a look, have a think and go for roughhead. Beautifully done by Hooker, who provided the extra man. He left Franklin. It was brave and it was good.
Longer out with a hamstring, of course, a couple of weeks there. Hooker, good grab.
Gilbert looks done for the night as well. It looks like he might have had a compound fracture of the thumb, so that might even be a season-ending injury.
Right now they've got Bell, Chambers and Hickey in the goal square by themselves. The way Hickey's going, that might be a really good option.
So Hooker gets momentum in the run, and good-looking kick. What about that? What about that from Cale Hooker?
Archie, he couldn't gather it, and they're away again. The Irishman McKenna dumps it long. They might have put the loose back already. Westhoff. Hooker stands up. They fall over around him. Cale Hooker, 5 straight for Essendon. They could not be playing any better.
The Bombers lead by 46 points. Hawkins goes up. Hooker flicks it out the back. Great play.
Fantasia. He's a classy player, Orazio. He gives it back to the Irishman, McKenna. The tall forwards have dominated. Hooker out the back's got it again. Hobbs is having a nightmare.
A turnover in the middle of the ground, 40 metres out from your own goal, and it just opened it up. And the benefit is going to be taken here by Hooker, who is on fire.
25 contested marks, number 3 in the AFL, coming into tonight. He made it hard work. He's got 3 first-quarter goals.
Didn't mind the Saints going on through the middle. It was just that last kick that hurt the Saints.
O'Brien short. That's okay. To Hibbert. Longer. Up towards full forward from the back, but Cale Hooker takes the mark, and he'll go back and should.
That's been a real problem for Essendon, where they're landing the ball when they enter inside 50.
Sent forward today. He's kicked 1 goal so far this season. Now he's kicked 2. Hooker gets his first. The Bombers get their first.
So it is hard. You must be on the ground now if you want to be in the action in the last minutes. Pendlebury with a wonderfully dangerous kick. Oh, what a mark! Cale Hooker.
It's that late game desperation. I mean, that's the mark from Hooker, which is just outstanding. But when Treloar got the ball back on the 50-metre line, he just bombed it.
Wait. Tui, watch out. He's okay. Kicks it as hard as he can. Hooker, that's a good mark. Well played.
Blitzer halves gets it out. Now they've got a chance through Cunico to run. Kelly. Outgunned. Yes, the boys have said this man can do no wrong. Cale Hooker today.
Heppel now on the left from 50, puts it to the top of the square. Big flyer required. Up off the hands of the pack. Oh, it's going to bounce the way of Hooker. Open goal, he puts it through. So he didn't need a high flyer, he needed a...
To make it a 2-0 start. They've got nice position here. Hooker, big contested mark. Well done, Cale Hooker. Wanted to play it on. He's got Watson.
Behind Matera.
Hardingham to Hooker. Every Gold Coast player ahead of him right now. Bounces away. Big fly, Bell Chambers. He's becoming a cult hero.
Given the way the Bombers are playing, Lovett feeds it back. Winderlick missed the target there. Intended for Hooley. Socket off the ground by Franklin. Strength of Franklin. Strength of Hooker. Took him down. Well done, young man.
Great
That was terrific. Into the path of Wells. They need more from him. Storms away from centre. Long kick. Going back is Cunnington. There, step for step, is Hooker. Hooker stayed on his feet. Hit it under pressure. Gets a kick off.
Jones thumps the ball long. Tricky. McDonald tipping Woody out the back. Hooker, can he just be clever enough? He is outside of the boot. Bombers, they get their fourth, and Cale's got two.
Laverty from an acute angle.
Perfect position, the umpire.
Sets it up. In front. Oh, Hooker.
It's a really good kick. Really good kick. And that's the kick to advantage.
In the direction of Zach Merritt. Back to Bagley. Bombers still fighting hard. Goddard, quick hands. This one looks a good opportunity for Hooker. And how about those hands from Cale Hooker?
The ball trickles to the outer side. Canelio's had more of it than anyone else out there tonight. Merritt, brilliant. Parrish, career best form. Hooker, a chance to give it off to Tippenwoody. Chose not. Langford, big battle. McGrath waits. McGrath gets a little give. McKenna, 55. The luck of the Irish. It falls to Hooker.
He's work rate. He's work rate. He was up the ground there. He was competing and then pushed forward.
He's completely changed. The move to push him forward has completely changed the momentum of the game.
It's not going to be the last kick of the night, but it's going to be almost the last kick of the night. The Bombers in front.
Well, they can't lose. They can't lose now.
No, they you're right.
They can't lose now.
And we've spoken about it. This is what is great about the new rules this year. We've got a classic game, goal the difference, 19 seconds to go. They can't put numbers behind the footy for the bounce. So they do have the ability to kick a goal here, GWS, but you're right, they certainly can't lose now, the Bombers.
So they were 19 points behind Essendon, and their ruckman was gone. They were probably gone, weren't they?
Yeah, well, Hooker went into the ruck, and then so he spent time there.